So good afternoon. Once again, we're here at Shanghai Disney, and it's a beautiful day. It is nice and sunny out. We don't have to worry about being too cold. It is an absolutely amazing and gorgeous day. And it's a busy day once again. So there's not too many, actually, Fast Pass is sold out, right?
Yes, all of the free fast passes are sold out, and last we looked, all of the paid fast pass packs, where you get multiple rides together, all of those are sold out right now.
It is an incredibly busy day. So with that being said, we're mostly going to try and walk around, and we're going to try and look into buying one of the magical passports. And we'll see if we can get one of those, because that would be a good experience where we can just walk around most of the day and looking for, short lines to do. So yeah, with that being said, let's take a look at the Shanghai Disney today.
So one little reminder, with it being so busy, granted this is not as common, we've been told, but still, just in case, if you're going to come here and not do an annual pass, which I still highly recommend because you get discounts and everything on top of it, and it's a really fair price if you get the weekday with Sunday. But if you don't, you need to buy your ticket ahead of time. Most of the days today, we come in at like 8 or 9 in the morning, and they already have all the signs out that say no tickets being sold on site for today's date. So if you want to come, buy your tickets ahead of time or get your annual pass, and that'll help guarantee you admission.
So it looks like they have a little metal model of the castle of this park. It's kind of cool. Also have some other metal models here and some colored metal models. I really like this checkout stand with all the TVs back there. Kind of cool. They have some tiny Frozen dresses up here for girls. I'm not sure if I've seen this one at the Disneyland parks. It is beyond crowded in here today. Just insane. So they also sell Disney gift cards here. 100 RMB, 300, 500, and 1,000. So Crystal just bought a Disney Shanghai Magical Passport.
So I just got the Disney Shanghai Magical Passport. Basically, it's one of those types of things where you can take it around and you look for little passport booths and you get your little stamp in there. So the same way as like when you're traveling and you're going to a new country, you get a new stamp. There are, I believe, 15 different locations throughout the park you can get. And it's like the other little find them things that the Disney parks have, where once you collect them all, you can bring it back and get a little prize. So I'm not sure what that is. I just remember seeing that through the World of Disney line. I'm very excited. I think this will make for like a nice little souvenir, and it'll be kind of a fun little activity throughout the day, particularly since the park is so busy. Most of the lines are insane again already. So let's go have fun.
So we're headed over to Tomorrowland. We're gonna try and do Stitch's Encounter. And there's the Tomorrowland sign, both in Mandarin and English. I just love this Tron building. I can't wait until it comes to Orlando. It's just beautiful. So we're headed down the stairs to get to Stitch's Encounter. At the stairs, they have this really cool area where if you're really hot, you can come and enjoy the little mist. Here's Stitch's Encounter, and it's only a 10-minute wait. That's amazing. 626. Stitch's Encounter. It was cool.
I don't think Q's quite a big fan. I loved it. I love the Q, especially because the Q has all these different little photos of like Stitch, and it also has a badness meter. Like, how bad is he being in that moment? So you see the different levels of Stitch, which is great. One of my favorite ones is Stitch is dressed in a little panda costume as a little panda baby, and he's taking the bamboo and eating it for himself. Mama Panda's not too happy. Other little pandas just like, like super like finding it funny. I love that photo in particular. That's like quintessential Stitch. Once you get through to the actual encounter, it's very much like the Turtle Talk with Crush, or kind of a little bit like the Monsters Laugh Factory at Orlando.
Yeah. It is good if you understand Mandarin, but we did not, so yeah.
Yeah, so much of it was lost on us, but there's still, of course, different little things that you can still enjoy, like when Stitch is regurgitating and presenting it to you to eat. Like, yeah, you want it? No. There's also a nice little fun bit at the end where you're, as an audience, trying to help Stitch escape, and you gotta tell him what door to go through. So if you know some simple numbers to yell out, you know, that could still be interactive for you.
True.
I would definitely recommend it if you're trying to learn Mandarin. It's kind of like the equivalent if you're watching like a little tiny like baby show or something. So at first I was unsure of how to figure out between the two pages which one matched for Tomorrowland, but it shows up on the screen to match with this symbol. So this is the page that I'm supposed to stamp. So it looks like I'm supposed to push it in like this.
I wanted to show off the line for Tron as it currently is. So you have to wait way over there, but the line extends way over here. So they actually ran out of rope because the line keeps going and going and going. Oh yeah, I don't know when it ends over there. So I finally found the end of the line over here. But it is a 3.5 hour wait, I think. Just a small note about the ketchup packets here. I don't think they put sugar in it like they do the Heinz ketchup back at home at Disneyland or Disney World. So the ketchup is very different than at home. So keep that in mind. So we managed to buy a set of 8 Premier passes. Thankfully. Or else we just wouldn't be able to do any rides today. So with that being said, we're off to do Peter Pan's flight right now. A hot day like today, these fans are just amazing. If you look real carefully at this wall inside Peter Pan's flight, you might see Tinkerbell. There she is. I caught her. I just love the entrance of this ride, Peter Pan versus Orlando or even Anaheim's. I like the scenery more. Tinkerbell. Oh, she's almost eaten. That was close. Here we go. So outside the area for Peter Pan's flight, it's this kind of amazing painting. Crystal's looking to see if there's any hidden Mickeys in the paint splashes there. And it doesn't look like there is. So we got the cherry popcorn finally. And let's try one out. So some flavored foods, you can't really taste the flavor that they're telling you they added. This one definitely tastes like cherry. I mean, just look at this. You can see like the redness. It tastes delicious. So good. So we're gonna use one of our Premier passes and do Pirates of the Caribbean. Again, I think this is our 3rd time doing it. It's an excellent ride. I'm not sure how many times we've shown off the waterfall back there, but it's definitely a pretty cool sight as you walk into the Adventure Island zone. So one thing to note is that the stroller areas here at Shanghai Disney are much more guarded than actually the ones at home, which is pretty interesting. So one thing to note, when you go into a Premier Pass line, you have to show your pass twice, both at the front and then once again somewhere towards like the middle to end. I love how they hid the air vents here. Little jail cell or metal gate over them. Kind of cool. So they do have the rules in English here as well.
So I've been working today on filling out my Shanghai Disney Resort Magical Passport. So the way that it looks inside is it'll show you a little land adventure, and then there's an area over here where you go to get your stamp. There's little kiosks that you're supposed to go to. It'll show you based upon the little item at the bottom to make sure that you're matching with the right one, and you flatten it out, and you're supposed to push it in, and it'll stamp it, and it'll give it back to you. Well, I've gotten 5 of the 15 so far, but 4 of them I've had to go into a store to get stamped because the kiosk is broken. That's definitely a drain on the fund right now. I don't know if it's always that way, but it's really draining the fun. I mean, I'm still gonna have this little cute souvenir in the end, but half the fun is being able to find them, which they've also kind of ruined because they give you the first like 2 pages tell you where to go. You want to have fun finding them. And then the second fun thing is actually putting it into the kiosk and getting it stamped. So I don't know that I would recommend this for right now while there's kinks going on. Because they are solid kiosks though, I tend to imagine that it's a long-standing thing. So maybe by the time you come to visit it'd be okay, but definitely take it with a grain of salt.
So the amazing thing is here, they sell ponchos for 10 RMB. 10 RMB is about $1, so super cheap. So I got a wee bit wet on the ride. Well, not a wee bit. I'm pretty thoroughly soaked. This time it got me good. So we're about to do Soarin' over the horizon, and it is a long line. This is probably the longest line in the park all the time. It is a 195-minute wait. Incredible.
雷鸟活泼就好了。我是天空的守护者。过去、现在和吃了吗？游客请尽快离场，出口门将关闭。
Soarin and I just did Soarin, and it's very similar, except for there's one small thing at the end. And the one other difference is that we were talking about is the scents. Now, there's the same number of scents and at the same locations as the other Soarins, but this one they're much more stronger. And I think the reasoning is because the different mechanism that actually propels the scents. At the other locations at Disneyland and Disney World, you can kind of hear them, but you can also only kind of smell them. Here, the sound that you hear when they're propelling them out is very loud, but oh, it's so strong and nice. I think I would prefer the louder sound with the stronger scent.
So Crystal actually saw that they added an additional showtime for Tarzan, but it's not updated on the app. So be sure if it's a very crowded day to always check near the show theaters to see if they've added any extra time. We found the next location for the passport. But how funny would it be as a prank to like put cash in there and start taking it out to make people think it's an ATM machine? That'd be pretty funny. So that machine didn't work, so we're off to the store nearby to try and get it stamped there. So it looks like a lot of people are lining up quite early for the fireworks show. They're about 3 hours away, but there's a lot of people waiting for the good seats. We're on our way to Mickey's Cafe. It's technically Mickey and Pal's Market Cafe, but it's over here near the front. Passport machine, it actually says temporarily unavailable. But here's the menu for this station we're at. Crystal's gonna get the 3-cup chicken ifu noodle. I'm gonna get that pork fried udon noodle. So I got the udon noodle with pork. Crystal got the 3 ifu noodle with chicken.
3-cup chicken.
3-cup chicken. One of the props they have inside Mickey's Cafe. It's from Lady and the Tramp. That's so cool. We had our first successful stamp on our own at the Marvel machine. Crystal is super excited. So they're making water art on the ground here. Apparently they do that here too at Shanghai. Looks like they're making the oh no, just a random set of characters. Looks like here's Mickey dried up, but you got Olaf over here, to the dwarves. Ooh, you got Officer Hops, Judy Hops over here. The smaller the targets are, the more credits you get. And you earn promotion credits to increase your rank. Aim for the power Z. Promotions you can earn: bronze, silver, gold, elite for making the most difficult shots and neutralizing a high number of robots. So we're here at the fireworks show, and it's a madhouse. There's so many people. We were originally trying to get in front of the castle, and it was just terribly packed. And we didn't want to wait in front of the castle for 2 hours ahead of time. So yeah, we're just here at the side of the castle. I'll show you the view now. So this is the view of the castle we have for right now. We won't get any of the front footage that they'll display against the castle walls, but we have a pretty good view of the castle, and there's not too many people. Crystal's been looking at all the wait times, and they've dropped dramatically because of this fireworks show. I mean, Pirates is only 15, Camp Discovery Trails is only 10. Everything's just being sucked away towards the fireworks show. Oh wow.
个神奇的水晶穴是所有灵感的源泉。
Well, it's been a long day, so now we're gonna do some last minute shopping if they're open, and they do look open. So there's a ton of people outside the gate here trying to sell merchandise, and I'm almost positive they don't work for Disney. So we're headed back to the subway now. We don't know if it's still open or not. The subway either closed at 10 o'clock or...
女士们、先生们，希望您在上海。
So, the subway stopped running at 10, so we're actually catching a DD cab back to the room. Well, we had a fun day here at Disney Shanghai. It's a late evening, that's for sure. But we managed to do a lot of rides today. We saw the fireworks, we did a lot of shopping.
Oh yeah.
And tomorrow we're off to a new theme park here in Shanghai. So stay tuned for that. Until then, see you later.